Welcome to Dub Nation, your home for all things Golden State Warriors. Highlights, hot takes, and pure Dubs energy. Join the squad. This is where champions live.
You know, people, when I said the first night this team is cooked, they were cooked, and they still are. They're not going to make the playoffs. You know, what happened was Steph went crazy. The problem with the Warriors, and I said it 3 years ago, I said, if these young guys can't play, they're done. That was Wiseman, Kuminga. You have two top 5 picks, 5 or 6 picks. They have to come in and be able to contribute. Those guys have not contributed. I still have a little hope for Kuminga. I thought he'd be further along.
Don't you think he's playing with a lot more confidence now?
He's playing with a lot more confidence, but now it's too late now. They should have been doing it the last couple of years because Dre's not the same, and Steph can't explode. He can't be consistent at his age to cover up all their weaknesses. They have no size, and you know everybody's like they were losing when Dre was there. But like I say, they got away last year because Steph went crazy, and people are like, well, the Warriors this. I said, man, the Warriors are not the same.
I'm not going to count them out.
Well, they're not the same shooter.
Yeah, they're not the same shooter. But listen, we're talking about consistency. All I need is 4 or 5 games where these guys can go crazy. There's only 2 spots out of number 8.
Yeah, but they're not.
2 spots out of 8.
I'm just saying. Listen,
go on like a 4 or 5 game winning spree.
It doesn't matter. They're not contenders. They could.
There you go. There's a difference between a playoff team and a contender.
Well, they're not a contender.
Okay, there you go. I might have to put you in that. I'm moving towards that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
Let me tell you something.
But I don't know if
you guys, like I tell you, one thing I know about old people, they just get older. They don't get better. And sports are a young people's game. And Steph could cover it up, but he can't anymore because he's starting to wear down. Like I said, it was really those young guys.
I'm not going to count them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. The Golden State Warriors, the golden empire that once ruled the NBA with an iron fist, is teetering on the edge of oblivion. For a decade, they were untouchable, revolutionizing basketball with a storm of three-pointers, led by the greatest shooter alive, Steph Curry. But now, the dynasty is cracking. The cracks are deep, and the fall feels inevitable. In June 2025, a bombshell hit. Kevin Durant, the 2-time Finals MVP who wrote history with Curry, was traded not back to Golden State, but to the Houston Rockets. 36 wins, 46 losses. That's the Phoenix Suns' pathetic record last season. A team that collapsed under the weight of its own stars. Durant, still a scoring machine at 36, was shipped out for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the No. 10 pick in the 2025 draft, and 5 second-round picks. For Warriors fans, it wasn't just a trade, it was a dagger to the heart, the final nail in the coffin of a dream reunion. The Warriors are no longer contenders. They're a shadow of their former selves. Draymond Green's fire is fading. The young core Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman hasn't delivered, and Steph, at 36, can't carry the load alone anymore. This is a team staring into the abyss, and the clock is ticking. But hold on, could there be a spark of hope in this darkness? A rumor so wild, so audacious, it could rewrite the Warriors' fate. Let's dive into the blockbuster trade that's shaking the NBA. Oh my God! Are the Warriors about to pull off the steal of the century? Picture this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, a 2-time MVP and 2021 NBA champion. Wearing the blue and gold, at 29, he's a walking wrecking ball. 14, 2 rebounds, 6, 5 assists, and 30. 4 points per game last season. This isn't just a trade, it's a seismic shift that could make the Warriors unstoppable again. But the price, it's a gut punch. The proposed 4-team mega deal would see Draymond Green, the heart and soul of the dynasty, shipped to the Lakers. The Lakers. Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis, and 4 first-round picks would go to Milwaukee. The Bucks would also get Austin Reeves and Gabe Vincent, while the Mavericks snagged draft assets. This is madness. Giannis, paired with Steph and a potential Jimmy Butler signing, would form a trio from Hell Steph's genius. Giannis's brutality, Butler's grit. Imagine Giannis bulldozing through defenses while Steph rains threes. But here's the controversy. Is it worth sacrificing Draymond, the voice of the locker room, and the young core for a short-term shot at glory. Fans are torn. Some say it's a desperate move by a fading franchise. Others call it the boldest play in Warriors history. The Western Conference is a bloodbath: Denver, Minnesota, OKC, and now Houston with Durant. The Warriors can't afford to play it safe. This is do or die. But the Warriors aren't just chasing superstars. They're looking to the future. And a young giant from the Philippines could be the key to their next chapter. Let's talk about Kai Sotto. From the streets of Manila to the bright lights of the Chase Center, a 22-year-old, 7'3" Filipino center is ready to make history. Kai Sotto isn't just a player. He's a movement. With 5 blocks and 8 steals per game in Japan's B League last season, Sotto's blend of size, skill, and vision is electrifying. He's not your typical big man. He hits mid-range jumpers, executes silky hook shots, and reads the court like a guard. But the NBA is a different beast. The Warriors, desperate for size, see Sotto as a diamond in the rough. Signing him to a 3-year, $6 million deal is a gamble. But it's one that could pay off big. Imagine Sotto protecting the rim, while Steph and Giannis, if the trade happens, run the break. The Bay Area's Filipino community, over 800,000 strong, is already buzzing. Picture Chase Center erupting with Philippine flags, Tagalog chants, and a cultural celebration like never before. This isn't just about basketball. It's about pride, identity, and representation. But here's the harsh truth. Sotto's got to prove he can hang. The NBA's pace is brutal, and his 220-pound frame needs to bulk up to battle beasts like Jokic or Davis. Can he adapt to Steve Kerr's fast-paced, switch-heavy system? The Warriors need him to be more than a feel-good story. They need a warrior. If he fails, he risks being another forgotten prospect. If he succeeds, he could be the next Yao Ming for a new generation. Sotto's arrival is a spark, but the Warriors' future hinges on more than one player. The real question is, can they balance youth and stardom to reclaim their throne? Let's break it down. The Golden State Warriors are at a crossroads, and the NBA world is watching. The Durant trade shattered dreams, the Giannis rumor is a high-stakes poker game, and Kai Sotto's signing is a bold bet on the future. But let's be real, this team is on life support. Steph Curry, at 36, is still a magician. 27, 8 points, 3 assists per game last season, but he's running out of time. Draymond's not the same at 35, and the young guys. Kuminga's 16, 1 points per game is promising, but he's no superstar yet. The Warriors' 41-41 record in 2000 and 24-25 iced the playoffs, and fans are restless. The Chase Center doesn't roar like it used to. It's a graveyard of faded glory. Trading for Giannis could cost 4 first-round picks, and the soul of the team, Draymond, Kuminga, Podziemski. It's a move that screams desperation but also ambition. Adding Butler and Sotto could create a roster that's both terrifying and inspiring. But the risks are catastrophic. What if Giannis doesn't mesh? What if injuries strike? What if the Warriors mortgage their future for a one-season flameout? The West is a war zone. Denver's Jokic, OKC's Shai, Houston's Durant. The Warriors can't limp along. They need to explode or implode. This is their last stand. Fans, are you ready to see Steph shine one last time? Or will you watch this dynasty crumble into dust? The choice is now. And the Warriors must act or be forgotten. The Warriors saga is far from over. But one thing's clear. Change is coming. And it's going to be explosive. Stay tuned for what's next in this NBA earthquake. This is bigger than the Warriors. The NBA is shifting. And Golden State is at the heart of the storm. The Durant trade to Houston, confirmed by Shams Charania on the 22nd of June, 2025, sent shockwaves through the league. The Rockets, with Durant, Beal, and young stars, are now a threat. The Giannis trade rumor, if it happens, could make the Warriors the team to beat, with a projected 55-win season and a top 3 seed. Kai Sotto's signing isn't just a roster move, it's a cultural earthquake, tapping into the NBA's global future. But let's stir the pot. Are the Warriors delusional for chasing Giannis? Some say they're clinging to a dying era, wasting Steph's final years on a pipe dream. Others argue this is the boldest move since signing Durant in 2016. The skeptics scream, "They're cooked," but the believers shout, "This is the rebirth, the truth." No one knows. The Warriors have reinvented themselves before 3 titles in 5 years, and they can do it again. But the cost is steep, and the enemies are stronger. The Nuggets, Thunder, Timberwolves, they're not waiting. The Warriors must rise, or be buried. So fans, what's it gonna be? A final dance for Steph, Giannis, and Sotto, or the end of an era? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep this fire burning. This story is just beginning. The Warriors' next move could change the NBA forever. Hit that subscribe button, and let's ride this roller coaster together. This is Dub Nation, where Warriors never back down. Hit that like, drop a comment, and stay locked in for the next big play. Till next time, Dubs out.